Hello, wonderful people of YouTube, and welcome to video 4 for the Eurovision Semi Final 1. Now, this is our fourth batch for these semi-final performances, so this means we are on song 10 through 12. And with these songs, we have Sweden, we have Portugal, and we are also doing Georgia. So from these three songs, I had Sweden and Georgia in my top 10 predictions. That was before seeing any rehearsals, any staging design choices, anything at all. Those were two songs I really enjoyed. Portugal, I had close to qualifying, but just missing out. We are kicking off this batch with Sweden, which a lot of you seem to love this year based on the comments and all the interactions I was getting on that reaction. I'm excited to see it perform live in the semifinals. Should hopefully be a pretty safe qualifier, but we will see. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into the video. All right, here we go with my system for Sweden. This was one of the first countries we reacted to when I launched this channel. So it has been a while since I've heard it, but I did really enjoy it. I remember you guys saying that she was sick for the national final performance that we saw. It does sound like the opening vocals are a little stronger than what I remember from the national final. I think vocally she's nailing it so far. The lasers are back. I remember loving those. Choreography was cool too. I remember that. Okay, so it seems very similar to what I remember from the national final performance. Again, nothing wrong with that. If it works, it works. I do love the lasers, the LED screen in the background fitting kind of her image with the clothing she's wearing. It blends very well. Vocally super strong at the beginning. I think I remember her voice was a little shaky at the start of the national final performances. A few of you pointed that out. But I think she definitely tightened up the vocals. If she was sick for the national final, that makes complete sense. So, yeah, super strong start so far. And I'm enjoying it. I do like the background dancers with like the Matrix clothing that fits this feel really well. I do love this beat drop, the techno feel. I got the choreography going. Yeah, I don't really know what to call this beat, like electro pop techno. It's just I really enjoy it. It just, especially wearing the headphones, it feels like my brain is just absorbing all of it. The choreography, I like that she continues to participate in the choreography. I remember that from the original performance as well. Love the Matrix feel of it with the background dancers. Even like the moves they're doing, like the slow motion, that just fits very well with the vibe of the song. So I think she's doing exactly what she needs to. I do like this overhead shot. Her vocals are super strong on the long drawn out notes. Do they have the giant? Yeah. So we got the visual change again. I didn't mention this on the first time watching the national final performance. Love the transition. It's so like seamless and smooth, where she has the mask on at the beginning, and then after the LED like crawl through image comes out with her with the glasses, she takes off the mask and puts on the glasses. It's little things like that. It makes you want to rewatch a video. It's very smart strategy. And I think the details she had in the song were very like spot on. The overall performance felt very similar to the other one. Again, not a bad thing. If clearly she was a fan favorite going into it, so why change a lot? In terms of stepping up, I don't know if it was truly a step up. I think vocally it was a little more secured and it sounded more consistent throughout. But I mean, that's not a bad thing. You don't really need to have crazy production for the final. She sounds great, the song is very catchy, and I had a lot of fun with it. Now for the tier list, for Sweden's entry, we initially had it in Incredible, and I don't think I can put it in better than the original because it was very similar to the original. So I think because of that, I'm just going to continue putting it in Incredible. Should be a very safe qualifier. I hardly doubt that it doesn't qualify. Again, if you haven't seen the previous videos, I am saving the results until I finish all of these songs, and I'll probably be doing like a YouTube short or something for that. So I don't know the results. I'm pretty certain that they will go through. It's hard to believe that they won't. Just a very strong performance vocally, energy, the choreography was nice. The small details they chose was really like a nice addition to it. So again, if you're from Sweden, you should be really happy with it, and you do have a good chance to make it pretty far in the final. That's 10 songs down, 7 more to go, and our next one is Portugal. Now, the first time around when we did our 35 straight days reacting to every single country, I did have Portugal in not really my style, but the more I've heard it, it kind of is growing on me a little. I'm curious to see how they approach the staging for this performance, as the staging for the national final one was very limited, and it was mostly just them vocally, which I think is completely fine. They sounded great together, but I'm definitely interested to see how it competes with the other countries. Last year's entry for Portugal, I believe, is the most streamed song from last year's Eurovision, which is kind of crazy because it didn't do that well in the standings. So now let us see how they can do this year with Rosa. Let's get into the video. Banditos do Cante, I believe that is how you say their name, with Portugal's entry. I mean, there's no doubt about it that their voices sound so well blended together. I will say, I do truly appreciate how they start the song with no music playing, just their voices. They each have different like pitches, so it makes it sounds like multiple people are singing, but then they blend their voices so well that it just sounds like an echoed version of one really nice voice. I think that's great, and then it kicks into the music. I appreciate the idea of them just showing their vocal abilities straight away before we actually get into the musical side of the song. I know a lot of you from Portugal were very happy with this entry, which is great to see. I mean, it is a beautiful song. Like, just the way it's constructed. The blending is so nice. Okay, I will say the staging again is very minimal. The performance is a very strong one. Also, I'm just now seeing it. For anybody that follows UFC, this guy looks like a Volkanovski. Just a side comment. They sound amazing. Love their voices blended together. The staging isn't a big issue for me because it's not that type of song. You don't need the really exaggerated, the colors, the lasers. It's just a very nice, soft song that you can listen to. But I do like the shot where the cameraman's kind of walking through and they're kind of each standing in a different location. Do love a violin. You guys would have known that. It's just such like a peaceful and calming song. Alright, one final pause for the video. I kind of mentioned this the first time around too. I also truly appreciate when it's a group like this, 5 people, it's not easy to get everybody involved the same amount. I think they do a great job of allowing everybody to show their vocal talents, and not only can they blend their voices together, but they can each sing individually. So I think it's very nice that they showcase that. So I just think that's really nice for a group of 5, that you don't really have like a star of the group. It's just everybody's individually adding what they know that they can add, which is really nice. The white flowers that we saw in the national final, that's a good callback. That's a cool ending shot. Now, I can definitely see the appeal to this type of song. If people prefer the more vocal-focused performances, I think this would definitely be a qualifier for a lot of people. It's not necessarily my style, but I do appreciate it as a song. I do kind of prefer this performance as well. I feel like they just, I don't know how to explain it. They just felt more comfortable in this performance. The way they were walking around stage showed a little more personality in their performance, which is always nice. And while I don't think it's going to qualify, it could sneak into that 9-10 range. We've had a few countries that we've said could sneak in there. While I don't necessarily think it will qualify, I think this was a fairly good step up for them. And I know a lot of people from Portugal are very happy with it. That's all that matters. If the people from your country appreciate the song and are proud of it, who cares what anybody else thinks? Back to the tier list. So last time we did have it in the not really my style category. This one is a slightly different tier list. I'm not going to put it in the didn't do it for me. I kind of did enjoy this more than the first time listening to it. I feel like every time I hear it, I kind of appreciate it more and more. I'm actually going to put it in improved performance. I think they used the stage well, considering they didn't really have many things to be like flashy on stage. Them walking around, the different scenarios that they were in on stage, with their performance kind of breaking into solo singing, group singing, I think they did better with this one. So I do think it was an improved performance. Do I think they're going to make the final? That's a tough one. I think they might just squeak in, but I think they're probably going to finish around that 12 or 13 range. All right, sorry about the change in lighting. I had to record this one a couple hours after I recorded the previous one, so apologies for that. Now, our third song for this video is going to be Georgia. I did enjoy Georgia's entry quite a bit when I reacted to the music video. I think it's super high energy, the dance was catchy, the chorus was stuck in my head. So I'm definitely excited to see how that translates into a live performance for Eurovision. The competition is getting really tough, I feel like, for those last 2 or 3 qualifying spots. So let's see if Georgia has it in them, and let's get to the video. All right, here we go with Georgia's entry. I did really like the music video for this, so I'm interested in how they perform it live. Feels futuristic.
Lights on, stand by, unmasked, you and I. Step lit, step right, a neon light, they ignite.
Na 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 na, we go wild, don't mind. Shameless, we turn it up, don't ask why. Don't
Okay.
think, let's
They
go. Give me your replay, okay. La 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 la.
okay.
Give me your replay, okay. La 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 la. Give me your replay, okay.
I was gonna say they kind of like Montenegro. I feel like they look kind of nervous, which I thought if anyone wasn't going to be, it might have been them. And they did win Eurovision Junior. I know they were kids when they competed on that, but they have the experience competing in front of big stages. I think the guy is doing decent. I think his voice sounds pretty good. It's a little shaky at some parts. The girls kind of with the blending didn't fully sink in. I don't know how I feel about the staging, the futuristic feel to it, the outfits, and then the background, it like turned them into robots. Not a huge fan of it so far in terms of staging and like the design for it, but maybe they'll kind of grow into the song, maybe the design will change up, I'm not sure. But so far there is some minor tweaks that I think they'll have to make.
La 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 light up, we go hello hello, take it over, feel it in your soul.
Can't get it ties up under, no code, no code.
Don't think, let's go. Give me your replay, okay. La 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 la.
I don't know, something just seems off with the vocals. I don't know if it's just me. The LED screen's throwing me off too. That it looks kind of weird.
Give me your replay, okay. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel right now. It just feels different than the music video. I mean, it's the same song, it's the same cadence for the most part, but it's just something's not clicking the way it was before. I don't know if it's nerves, I don't know if it's just the stress of singing live, maybe like they're so used to having it mostly in recordings, and I'm not 100% sure, but it's just not clicking the exact way. The background is a little confusing to me, which usually like staging isn't a huge thing. Like it's really cool, and if you have great staging, it does boost your performance a lot. It's just I don't fully understand it, like with in terms of the song. Like there was aspects of it, I guess, in the music video when we reacted to it, but it just feels so different than what it felt like during the music video. So I don't know how, I can't put my finger on it, but it's
Take my hand, no disappear. This is real, this is clear. Not afraid, always try. Step with me a little way.
I feel like the second girl the one on the right, I can see the nerves through her. I think the way she was hitting the note, she kind of like looked to her side as she was singing the notes. I think the nerves are getting the best of them, and it's unfortunate. It can happen to anybody, but you could kind of just see like the voice isn't as clear. It's kind of breaking in some parts, and it sucks, but it's bound to happen to a couple acts. Like, even this chorus, I don't know what it is. Like, this chorus was so catchy for me before, and it was stuck in my head. I'm just not really... Okay, yeah, I'm not trying to like tear the song apart because I did really enjoy the song. I just think the nerves might have gotten the best of them. Something just didn't click this time, which is really frustrating because I did really like the song. I had them, where'd I have them finishing 8th, I believe, in my predictions. But yeah, the staging was just a little confusing with the song, and then the chorus didn't quite sound exactly right, and then some parts, the individual performances didn't sound 100% right, which, again, I said it for a few other ones. Nobody's going to be perfect. It's live. You're in front of a huge crowd. It's a huge competition. No one's going to sound perfect, but I think there was just a little too many things that were just slightly off, and it was just taking away from the song, which is, again, very unfortunate. But I'm curious to see if they do still qualify, because I know a lot of people liked the song a lot going into it, but I think there was just other performances that were stronger and probably will finish above them and make it to the final. It's kind of hard to see them making the final with this type of performance, but who knows? Now we are back with the tier list, and I just realized I said who knows if they made the final. Obviously, all of you know. I haven't seen the results yet, so I don't know, but nonetheless. This one's disappointing because I did have them in Incredible after the music video. I loved the music video. I thought it was super hype, and then there was the different, like, the feel of the song was really nice. You had the dance, you had everything. I'm not gonna, it just didn't connect anywhere near as much as it did the first time. I do want to say, even though I don't think it was the best performance, massive respect to all three of them. To win Eurovision Junior and then come back, what was it, almost 20 years later? That is just massive respect on my end. I mean, to challenge yourself to do it again after you already did it when you were a child, huge respect for that. So no matter what, they can hold their head up high. And I am slightly disappointed. I thought this one would be one I could connect a lot more to, but in the end, it just didn't do it for me. That is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, comment what you want to see next, and subscribe to not miss any future uploads. Only 5 countries left, with that meaning we probably will have to do one video with only 2 countries, and right now I'm leaning towards doing that with Italy and Germany, as they have automatically qualified for the final. Super excited for semifinal 2 tomorrow. I will be reacting to all of those songs too, so thank you again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.